A player gets booked in match 1. Nothing happens. He keeps playing, keeps smiling, keeps celebrating. 3 matches later, he gets booked again for something far less serious than the first one. And suddenly, he's banned. Not from this match, from the next one. The one his team actually needs him for. That second yellow card was never really about that tackle. Here is exactly how it works. Let's clear up the biggest misconception first. A yellow card by itself does almost nothing in the moment. The player stays on the pitch. The match continues. Nobody even notices, really, beyond a few seconds of replay and a slightly annoyed manager on the touchline. It's a warning. That's all it is in isolation. But football has a memory, and that memory is exactly where the real danger lives. Now here's the part that actually explains why a single yellow card can quietly become a tournament-altering moment, and almost nobody bothers to track this properly. If a player picks up 2 yellow cards in the same match, that's an automatic red card. Sent off immediately. Team finishes the match with 10 players, and that player is also suspended for the very next match, no matter how big it is. But here's the part most fans completely miss. Those 2 yellow cards don't have to happen in the same game at all. If a player gets booked in match 1, and then booked again in a completely different match later in the tournament, that still counts. 2 separate yellow cards, 2 separate matches, same automatic suspension for the next game. The card doesn't forget, it just waits. Here's where it gets genuinely dramatic, and where managers start sweating over their team sheets weeks in advance. At this World Cup specifically, with 48 teams and an extra knockout round added to the format, FIFA changed how long that memory actually lasts. There are now 2 reset points across the entire tournament. The first reset happens after the group stage ends. The second reset happens after the quarterfinals. That means yellow cards picked up during the 3 group stage matches all count against each other, accumulating freely right up until the group stage finishes. Then, the slate gets wiped completely clean, heading into the knockouts. From the round of 32 through the quarterfinals, the exact same rule applies again. Cards accumulate across all 3 of those rounds. Then, once the quarterfinals are done, wiped clean again, heading into the semifinals and the final. Now here's the twist that catches even experienced fans completely off guard, and it's the reason this rule exists in the first place. FIFA built these 2 reset points deliberately, specifically so that nobody misses a World Cup final because of a routine, forgettable yellow card picked up in the group stage months earlier. Think about how unfair that would feel. A defender gets booked for a mistimed tackle in match 1 of the group stage, then gets booked again in the round of 16 for something equally minor. Under the old system used at previous World Cups, that exact combination could have meant missing the actual final. FIFA decided that wasn't acceptable anymore. So now, the danger zone is contained. 3 matches at a time. Survive the block, and your slate clears completely. But survive is the key word. If you pick up 2 yellow cards before either reset point hits, the suspension still applies immediately, reset or no reset. At this World Cup, this rule matters more than ever because the format itself created the exact problem FIFA was trying to solve. 48 teams means an extra knockout round, the round of 32, that simply didn't exist before. More matches automatically means more opportunities to pick up that second yellow card before a player even realizes the danger they're in. Somewhere in these group stages, a manager is currently watching his best defender, already on 1 yellow card, and quietly praying he survives 90 more minutes without a single mistimed challenge. Because 1 moment of frustration, 1 late tackle, 1 word too many to the referee, and an entire nation's best player watches the biggest match of the tournament from the stands. So, here's the whole system, stripped down to what actually matters. A single yellow card means nothing immediately, but it gets remembered. 2 yellow cards in the same match equal an automatic red card and a 1-match ban. 2 yellow cards in separate matches, within the same block, group stage or the run from round of 32 to quarterfinals, also trigger that same one-match ban. The slate resets twice across the tournament, after the group stage and after the quarterfinals, specifically so nobody misses the final over something small. But inside each block, the danger is real, immediate, and completely unforgiving. The game has not changed. You have. You're welcome. Subscribe if you enjoyed this type of content. It means a lot.